a germ, such a belief. I mean, but I'm asking, there aren't other germs around. And let's say this is not a gula. To believe that a millionaire is something. It's worthy, is striving to be like him. I'm not talking about, it's worth bringing, it's a good thing to bring parnasa to their wife and children, that yeah, but I'm talking about to make a union out of money. That money is a thing you have to have Mosayim, and then you have to have 1,000 or 2,000, 1,000,000 and 2,000,000 and keep going and keep going. What's he gonna do with all the money? Let him go to sleep, the millionaire. He made all his pile, finish. Would he have to keep going? No, he has to keep working. And that's not a terrible germ in the person's brain. I don't understand. Why is this is the last Nisayan? The Nevi'im are all going to come, and he says like this. And why are the Medrash says the Klal Yisrael won't accept the Nechom? The Nevi'im come and say the Nechom in the name of Hashem. So here he kvetches, he says that they're not gonna know it's the Nevi'im. The Yidden are not gonna know it's the Nevi'im, like it's gonna come. It is gonna be the Nevi'im, it's the Psukim, they bring the Psukim, but they're not gonna know who it is. So they're gonna say, they're gonna be strong, they're gonna say, we already had these problems with Gulas and Mashiach Sheker. We had these problems already, we're not listening to you, we're waiting until Hashem comes. So what the Medrash said that the Nevi'im are going to be Menachem, so it means people disguise, the Nevi'im disguised, and nobody's going to really know that they're the Nevi'im. That's what he says. Well, okay. I mean, I would go on the same derech, but I would a little bit change a little bit. We are talking about Nechoma.
Well, one thing, if we think this is the Gula's beginning, then we have to have Hakar Satov for the Golim. Ben Gurion, Weizmann, Sherry. Perhaps he's coming to Lotzim Libam.
Definitely coming lots of Melibum, but I'm trying to fit it to understand how does it all fit into the Medrash? I mean, is that the only Ashkafa that we need Lahotzi Melibum in this weak generation? Is that the only problem we need? Is that the biggest problem? I would say the biggest problem of the generation is Kedusha, maybe. Or maybe another problem is to understand that the other person's money is Kodesh Kadoshim, as far as you're concerned. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the other person's money, I can't touch the other person's money. Isn't that a problem? I don't understand why this is the biggest problem.
Maybe it's the shorish of all the other problems, perhaps. The Rambam begins his epic work with Hilchos Deos, because from Deos, the wrong Deos, then you'll be over the Torah Kulo. And this is the Indian of Deos. Who is the Goel? The Rambam begins, I saw on a Sefer once.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, that's one thing, but how it fits into the Medrash is another thing. What you're saying is, okay, I can hear it maybe, what you're saying. Even that I'm still not convinced because of what I just said, because I think there are other bad days in this generation. But
for example?
For example, that making money is important, is a thing in itself. I think that's a day that should be uprooted. It is like I read a story about some Erlich Yid that he had a factory of handbags, and he took in a worker to help him. I'm not going to say the whole story at length. Once the worker was like a secretary, whatever he was, a menahel avodah, it's called. And once he had to come sign papers So he went to call up the house of the boss. But the wife said, you can't talk to him now. Yeah, now it's his learning time. What kind of business is talking about business now? So he said, well, doesn't he have a cell phone? No, there's no cell phones. Now's the time when you sit and learn. And what about, can you tell me what the shul is where he learns? So she said, I'd rather not tell you, but if you really want, I'll tell you, but you can't talk to him. So she told him, so he went to the shul, he sees the boss sitting and learning. So he tells him, we have these papers, we need to be signed, it's going to be a loss. So the boss goes, oh. He can't talk, he's in the middle of learning. I'm finished, and that's it. Now, anybody who's less than that I mean, this is a person that had a factory and worked all that. I'm not talking about people learning codes. I'm talking about such a person. I believe it that the story is true. It was in a magazine called Olam HaChasidus. You remember that? Yeah. I thought my brother-in-law Chaim Shapiro the story. I think I even made a copy and showed it to him. So he says to me, maybe somebody made it up. I was very disappointed to hear that. I'm a Tomim from Baltimore. So I believe it. Anyway. But let's say that he made it up. But isn't that the ideal? Yeah, B'Torah Moshe. And if not, and if somebody doesn't have the idea that it should be that way, isn't that Deus Kosus that should be uprooted? I don't understand why is that any different than believing the Nagula. I'm sitting in my Dal Amos. What difference does it make what out there somebody made a Gula? I don't understand it. Anyway, getting back to the subject, I think that there's what the Medrash is saying is that there is Takanin. I don't know if I'm going on the derech of the Divrei or not, but I'm just trying to understand the Medrash. I think there's such a thing as Taka, like the Divrei says, that actually, he brings it on a Geula, that Geula can only come through Hashem. But there seems to be, that there's also another union that Nechama, after this long, dark Golus, so Nechama can also come only from Hashem. Now, you can have all the nevuos of the Nevi'im that it's going to be, but there's a certain Nechama is a state of mind. The Nevi'im said that you're going to have these tovas and these tovas are going to come. And the Havamina was that these things can bring Nechama to Klash. You're going to have so much good. So you should have a Nechama. But the Medrash is coming to tell us that the greatest of the greatest could tell us different tovas that are going to come. It's not called Nechama, these words of the Nevi'im. It doesn't say the word Nechama. It just says that with these Nevuos, Hashem is going to try to be Menachem Klal Yisrael. So the Medrash is coming to teach us that Nechama means something very, very pure, and the heart becomes legamri purified with such a strong emunah that everything was letova, that it's something, it's mamish, he's such a lamala minateva, the nechama of Golus is such a lamala minateva, yitaka need Hashem, and nevuas of Nevi'im can't be used for that. It doesn't mean that he's asking a kasha. How can it be? It's a mevatel divrei novi. It's a iser. The Mishnah and the end of Parakanech Nokim and Sanhedrin. It's not a mevatel divrei novi. The Nevi'im said this and this is going to happen. He said Hashem wants to use these havtochos, to use them as tools to make a nechama. But in the end, it's going to be nisbarer that nechama can only come from Hashem to take a past and to make with such clarity that everything was from the good, everything you went through was from the good, that there should no more be even a slight machshov in the mind that there was once bad. For that you need Nachum, Yomar Elokechem. Only Hashem can do that. And I want to add...
Moshe Katuv, Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, a famous line, they made a song of it. Kesh Adam Yodea Shakol Morosav Hem Letovoso Ze Me'ein Olam Haba.
Oh.
A very beautiful song by Chavereinu Yosef Karduner, Shir Bari of Beit Shemesh.
So I want to add something. How many more minutes do I have?
4 minutes. 10 seconds.
The same thing is when it comes to Geula. Geula also has, Geula means we're not attached to anything anymore. We're only attached to Hashem. That's what Geula means.
Oh, that's a new definition.
I always was...
Well, I'm that's what I never heard this.
So I'll tell you where I get it from.
Let's speak louder, please.
So I'll tell you where I get it from. From my seichel. That's where I got it from. Everything has to be efuze katuv. Gula means you're not tied to anything else. Free, a free man. What do you need a raya for such a thing for? Gula means free. Now, I always wondered, what does it mean, smichas geula letefillah? Once you have gula, what do you need tefillah for? Once you're nigal, what?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
What is your nigal? You have no tsaris anymore, no machlas, no redifas, no chovas. So what's tefillah? What do you need tefillah for? So what's smichas gula tefillah? As if you can't have tefillah unless there's gula. I think that the pshat is like these. The pasuk says, "Ani yeshena v'li be'er." The Emes says this should be another half an hour to talk. Well, okay, I'm tired and you're tired and the machine is tired. But Ani yeshena v'li be'er. Say the Chazal say v'li zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem is called the lave of Tzur Levovi. Hashem is deep in a person's heart. It's Hashem.
It's a middle pasuk in Shir Shirim.
You could. It's a pasuk in Shir Shirim.
Middle pasuk.
The middle pasuk.
Yeah.
That pasuk.
Remez to get up for Chasos.
So pshat is it does mean you're full of, the person could be full of tsaras, but when we say geula every day, we're talking about the geula of the past, but we're using the geula of the past to be mechazik in us. The veli bi'er zeh HaKadosh Baruch, that my deep nekuda shebelev is nigal, is not connected to all these tsaras that are around me. I have a little nakuda inside of me that it's not tied to those things. That nakuda will never change, and I'm aware of it. That's the chokhmah, to be aware of it, and that's what it means to look for the tzaddik. What they said in Breslov, and this I heard from Rabbi Yisrael Schneider. Looking for the tzaddik means looking for that nakuda. And a person that didn't say geula, that doesn't work on geula, he feels, I'm a failure, and that's all there is. And there's but there's a nakuda that didn't fail, that you have to know. And every day we have to say, Ezra Savushenu Adomil, Livneim Acharem Chodor V'dor, that Hashem is here, He's with me, mamish, that nakuda never was in Golus. There's maybe I am a failure, but that nakuda, the Tzur Levovi is not a failure. And with that, I can be, how do you say, be malhivid, be awaken it and go out. Now we'll say tefillah and we'll take away all the klippas around us. But the tefillah you need. That's very good. And that's what's going to happen. That's the same thing with the nachom of Lasid Lovu. There's all kinds of things, but Kozman that Hashem doesn't reach that deep nekuda inside of you, and that nekuda is hidden. So it's not going to help all the haftachos of vitifu aharim mosis, that you have sweet nectarines and you have Eretz Yisrael, and it's so wonderful that we're living here in the country. But what's further? Where's Hashem in the picture? And that's what we need. That's the Yom HaElokecha.
Thank you, Rabbi Kaplan.